Do fursuits make the furry fandom? Hi, my name is Bjorn Valentine, and I hope you're having a dandy day. With an opening statement like that, clearly we're going to be talking about fursuits! The lovely cuteness fursuits. Yes, we are discussing those. And how they have impacted the furry fandom. And how they can affect you as well. Boop! To the beginning of the fandom, fursuits were extremely rare, and they were sought after, but barely anybody had them when the fandom first started. But nowadays, you see them everywhere at any convention or a fur meet or anything related to the fandom. They're probably talking about a fursuit. And it's honestly the best way you can represent your, or bring to life your persona in some way. The only closest thing besides that really comes to mind is getting a custom VR chat character of your persona. But that's just an opinion of mine. For some people, there are so many reasons to owning a suit besides just wearing an amazingly detailed, real-life representation of your persona. For a lot of people, it's a way to express themselves, to even build confidence. It really changes your aspect in life. But the thing is, when owning a fursuit, and I cannot express this enough, fursuits are a luxury. Alright? You don't need a fursuit to be a part of the furry fandom. It's not necessary. I was in the fandom for almost a year. Like, I was in the fandom for a good hot minute. Cable. I was in the fandom for a hot minute. Didn't own a fursuit. I went to meets, cons, did all that stuff, and still had an incredible time. You don't need a fursuit to be a part of the fandom. Okay? They are a luxury. I can't stress that enough. But with fursuits, you do get a different experience than people who don't have fursuits. And that's what we're going to be discussing. And there are 5, I don't have 5 fingers. There are 5 different things that come to mind when you get a fursuit that's different than someone without a fursuit. Number 1, social media. Completely changes your aspect of a fandom. Just like you'll be at a con or a meet, like, oh my god, you look amazing. Can I please get a photo of you or something? While you're sitting there trying to eat your delicious Doritos Locos tacos. And you're like, but my tacos. Let me eat my taco. And they're like, no! Photo! No! And so, plus, besides getting all those amazing photos, you yourself get to be a part of Fursuit Fridays, which is a huge tradition when it comes to the fandom. Every Friday, you post a photo of yourself wearing your fursuit. It's that simple. You post it on all the social medias. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, FA, Furry Amino if you really want to. There's so many places to post photos. And most of the time with the hashtag Fursuit Friday. And Fursuit Friday is a great way to showcase your fursuit and how cute and lovely and adorable you are. Plus, it also showcases, hey, I know an amazing fursuit maker. Maybe you should check them out. They made this suit, and it's adorable and really well crafted. So please, when you do a Fursuit Friday video, tag you dang fursuit maker. I myself have trouble doing that, forget doing that sometimes. Show some love and appreciation for your fursuit maker, please. Thank you. Number 2, Fursuit Convention stuffs. By stuffs, I mean there's stuff to do. For example, so at furry conventions, they do have some events aimed towards just fursuit owners. And obviously that changes someone's experience when at a furry convention compared to someone who doesn't have a suit. For example, possibly being one of the most well-known events in the furry convention, the Fursuit dance competition. Of course, the dance competition does have people who don't have fursuits compete in the competition. Just because you don't have one doesn't mean you can't compete in it. But, of course, the main event of the Fursuit dance competition is watching people in their suits dance. That's kind of a given with the title of the thing. But, still, that is the main plot point of the dance competition. But I like to stress this enough. You do not need a fursuit to be a part of the dance competition. It's just, people believe that owning a fursuit makes it that much more difficult. I can see that. Wearing this, I'm already sweating. Just standing in front of this camera, I'm drenched in here, man. Like, it's hot. So yes, people love to go to the fursuit dance competitions, but they also have events and games aimed towards people in fursuit, because who doesn't want to see an adorable fursuit try to play games that it would be a lot easier out of suit than in suit? It makes it a lot more cuter and funnier to watch. Oh, I got sweat on my nose and it's super itchy. Ugh. Ah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good spot. Squeaker. Number 3. Confidence boosting. I hinted towards this before, but for some people, owning and wearing a fursuit is a major, major confidence booster. People outside of the fandom usually ask how wearing a fursuit gives you a confidence boost. Well, look at it this way. No one knows who you are under the suit. People can't judge you for what you look like or your background. It gives you a lot of freedom to express yourself more than anything else. I remember when I wore my first fursuit, Equinox. Oh, is the microphone actually blocking him? Yeah, he's up there. Equinox. Okay, putting this back. This was scary to move. When I first wore Equinox, I got it. So my first fur meet, it gave me a huge confidence boost, and straight up, I walked up to people and spoke to them. You don't understand how terrifying of an experience that usually is for me. Wearing the suit gave me so much confidence. I was just walking up to people and filming a video. That was terrifying for me. You can watch the video in the link in the description below. It was my first fursuit video, and you could tell by watching it how much confidence I had and how much fun I was having while wearing it. Number 4, finding identity. Most people who find and join the fandom view the fandom as a form of a sanctuary to figure out who they are as a person. For example, someone trying to figure out their pronouns and gender identity. Someone might try their pronouns on their fursona as a test run, if you will, and possibly bring that fursona to life, living the embodiment of their fursuit and living out those genders. Here's a good example. A friend of Pongo of mine, I reached out to them, and I was like, hey, what's your opinion of fursuits and all that stuff? And they had this to say. For me personally, the fandom has been a great exploratory route for my identity and sexuality. I believe many people in the fandom share this. When you can buy yourself a new identity, buy yourself a new personality, etc., etc. Boom. There you go. Number 5. Fursuit parades. I know I could have added this to the fursuit stuffs, convention stuffs, but fursuit parades are a whole league of their own. When you go to any furry convention, one of the most highly featured events of the furry conventions is the Fursuit Parade. For those who don't know, a Fursuit Parade is an organized event where all fursuiters, if possible, arrive at one location and follow the specific path of the convention hall to walk around through most of the convention hall. And it gets to showcase your fursuit. And here's the thing that makes this different from the other fursuit stuff is that anyone could do it. All you're really doing is going from point A to point B, showcasing your amazing and cute fursuit. That's all it is. Anyone can be a part of it. You could even have your fursuit handler be a part of it, because some people need help moving around, and they get to be a part of that with them. When I went to Anthrocon 2019, I was a fursuit handler. And just even being a handler felt really cool. And being there with my friends to help them was a cool thing. But I haven't been able to wear Bjorn to a fursuit parade yet, and I'm looking forward to that so much you have no idea. But I'd like to restate this again. Fursuits are a luxury, okay? They're not needed to be a part of the furry fandom. And with some luxury comes with love and care for your fursuit you must take care of. Just perform maintenance to your dang fursuit, such as cleaning, brushing, fursuit spraying, general care, washing it. There's so much to do to make sure a fursuit lasts long. I gotta say, it takes time and effort to keep this thing look beautiful. Now, some people purchase fursuits for the wrong reasons as well. When I was reaching out to people getting their opinions about fursuits in the fandom, one of mine, the amazing Cybri, had this to say. I find a lot of times folks go into the idea of getting a fursuit under the guise of that's how you get popular. If you go in with that mindset, it shouldn't be why you get a suit. Because trust me, if that's your drive, people will figure that out and it's not going to be a good time. Suits are expensive, require a crap ton of work and care. They do wear out. These suits do wear out. They don't last forever. Fur backing just wears out and fur doesn't grow back. I've seen folks go ham and invest thousands into a suit just for them to find out they hate suiting. I've seen folks also have to sell suits of their character or have them sit in the closet forever. So if you are still serious about getting a suit, I suggest getting a pre-made first, testing out suiting before diving into the investment. I couldn't agree any more with that. That perfect idea. Suits are a major expensive investment. They could cost up to thousands of dollars. Alright? Even just getting a pre-made is a great investment compared to getting a full suit right off the bat. Because you don't know if you're going to like fursuiting. It's hot, sticky, you got to take care of this thing. Heat exhaustion is a serious thing. Why do you think we have headless lounges and fursuit handlers? They're there to make sure that we're safe and okay. Don't just go full throttle and just go like, this is pod racing. No. Try buying a head simply, or just getting a pre-made. Just get head and paws. That's what I meant, not a pre-made. Head, paws. There you go. Try it out. Then slowly move your way and go like, all right, let's get the full thing. Plus, if you're not 18 or older, a lot of Fursuit makers will be like, hey, you're a little tiny, a little young there, aren't you? Should wait before you get that made. Because most fursuit makers won't accept you unless you're of 18 age or older. Having a fursuit is nice, and I've been a broken record about this throughout the entire video. But fursuits are a luxury. You do not need them to be a part of the fandom, or to go to events, or to conventions. It just gives you a different experience. Plus, there are so many different other ways to showcase your Sona without having to own one of these. Cough, cough, I might be making a video about that. Cough, cough. I hope you find this video to be constructive and helpful in any way. Thank you so much for coming on here. But before you go, wait a minute. I have a couple questions for you. If you have a fursuit, was it worth it? Was it as great as it is cracked up to be? Do you plan on getting a fursuit? If so, why do you want a fursuit? Thank you so much for coming out. I want to thank my patrons for Patreon. We got Alex, Pixel Rainbow, Laura, Howl, Michael Brown, Gaspar Specs, and Happy Dingo. Thank you all so much for coming out and checking out this video. I hope you have a dandy day, evening, and good night. See ya.